Good morning. Let me get a little cup of coffee, please, or a little sip of coffee. For a long time, I've been keeping little cuttings out of magazines or poems or little things that help me in the struggle with life lessons. And I save them up, President so-and-so said this, or he said that, or Bob Hope said. And I'd keep them and seal them up. And I was looking through them just the other day. There's some great little sayings. Like one of the things that I think maybe is one of my favorites. Too busy preparing for life. We've completely forgotten about the next one. Whenever Jesus walked the earth 3.5 years, he taught many life lessons. He taught many important life lessons. We should treat other people the way we want to be treated. That's a big one. We should love our neighbors, even our enemies. Luke chapter 12, verses 13, 14. We want to be forgiven. Forgive others. You want love? Express love. Give love. Demonstrate love. Love is a commitment. In the scriptures, Jesus teaches 3 important lessons that everyone needs to learn and take to heart. Number 1, well, just hold that for a moment. Let's get a little background. The man's father had died, and his other brothers were squabbling. There was a fight going on. Who's going to get this and who's going to get that, and you're going to get more than I got, and all the rest of it. So the man wanted Jesus to act as a judge with regards to his brother's inheritance. Instead, Jesus takes the time for a teachable moment, and he teaches 3 wonderful lessons about life itself. And he wants us to get a hold of this. Lesson number 1. Life is not measured by how much you own. Doesn't matter how many cars you have in the driveway or the garage. Doesn't matter how many boats you have in the dock. Doesn't matter how many dollars you have in the bank. Life is not measured by how much you own. Just go back and look at some of the history. 1923, one of the most successful men in the world, sitting in a big, massive, fancy hotel with other tycoons, trying to control the money market and everything else. But oftentimes they were miserable. Charles Schwab, president of the largest independent steel company, he lived on borrowed money. He died. He was broke. It's not how much you have. What are you doing with what you have? Richard Whitney, president of the New York Stock Exchange, served a long time in prison, embezzlement, fraud, money laundering. Albert Fall, president, who worked with many of the most important people in the world, died broke. Jesse Livermore, called the greatest bear on Wall Street, sitting in a room one night and says, what's it all about? What's it all about? So he took his life. He said, life is not worth living. Suicide. Why? Because life is not measured by how much you have. Do you have a friend? Wonderful. Do you have people whom you can talk to and you can get along with? I know you've heard all this before, but Michael Jackson, do you really think he was happy? All of the money, success, fame, and fortune. Lindsay Lohan, I look at her even today. Do you really think she's happy? I guess Tiger Woods is relatively happy. But what made him do the things that he would do? I mean, really, why is life so meaningless to them? You see, they learned how to make a living, but they never learned how to make a life. Casting Crowns, one of my daughter's favorite groups, they have a song called The American Dream that says it all. The lyrics tell of a man who loses everything because he was too busy trying to accumulate fame and fortune, and he thought this would make his family happy. All work, no play may make Jack a dull boy, but all work and no God left Jack with a lost soul. But he's moving on full steam. He's chasing the American dream. If I could just get another, if I could just do this, if I could just find me another little business. Casting Crowns. He's going to give his family the finer things in life. Not this time, son. I've no time to waste. Maybe tomorrow we'll have time to play. Then he slips into his new BMW and drives further and further and further away. Works all day, tries to sleep at night, but not without artificial stimulation. It's going to get better whenever I get this next deal, whenever I make this next million. But he works and he works and he works, and he builds with his own two hands. And he pours all he has into a castle made with sand. The wind and the rain are coming crashing down, and time will tell just how long his kingdom stands. How long will his kingdom stand? The American dream is beginning to seem less of a dream, more of a nightmare with every passing day. Daddy, would you come out to play today with me? We'll throw ball. No time. Maybe tomorrow. Daddy, would you like to go camping? Another wasted weekend. We've learned how to make a living, though we haven't a clue how to live. God wants us to live life to the fullest. God wants us to be filled. Live life to the fullest. Enjoy life. Be strong. The Lord loves you, and He wants you in heaven. Did you give me